So stupid.
It's not working.
Let's say I can't hear it.
You know you can't hear anyways.
Hey, what'd you say? Taylor, give me one of those Werther's originals.
Fuck it. Fuck it, we're in. Welcome to Plot Off the Press. It's been a little while. We've missed everybody. We've got your
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Christmas coming up. Whatever the fuck you do. I got my good friend Carter here. Say hi.
Hey, and speaking of Thanksgiving, it always reminds me of Thanksgiving is the dumbest thing that Barry Marshall's ever said.
Oh.
He asked what he goes, yeah, I worked with this Jewish guy, and I asked him, I was like, hey, do you celebrate Thanksgiving? And he went, Barry, I'm fucking American. What are you talking about? He said, huh? He goes, it's an American fucking holiday. I'm not Canadian. I'm just Jewish, dumbass. And he's like, oh, good job. So, yeah, every time we Happy Thanksgiving, I think of that.
But you don't do Sorry. Bad joke. We've got
he didn't celebrate Christmas, though.
We've got Casey here. Hi, Casey.
Hey.
And then you're the hostess with the mostest, Taylor. Hi.
It's host.
He wants to be a hostess.
Host with the most.
Are
you trying to be like your flight attendant with the high heels on and the dress and the unshaved legs? What was his name again? Dave?
I have no clue, but he had the dress on, had the high heels on, painted fingernails, and very, very hairy legs.
Hey, more power to him. You do you, bud.
Whatever.
I love it.
So today we're doing a Keanu double feature. Woo! So we're going to start off with Point Break, which is a 1991 movie with Keanu and the good Patrick Swayze.
The dead Patrick Swayze.
Well, he is dead, but IMDb rating is a 7.3 out of 10. Fairly good rating for IMDb. I'm going to start this one out with a 6.8. It wasn't the greatest movie in the world. I did enjoy watching it. It's been a very long time since I've seen this movie. It kind of reminds me like old school Top Gun-ish as well. I do have some problems with it. We'll talk about a little bit more later. It's like The Lord of the Rings. It has 7 endings. I would wish they would just pick one. But other than that, I did enjoy watching it. Carter.
All right, so this is a bad movie. There's nothing to it. So it's almost like a guilty pleasure. Like, say, like Legally Blonde is a bad movie, but it's a guilty pleasure. Not necessarily of mine, but that's, I'm sure you like, what's her name, Elle in it?
It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, but you'd watch it. You liked it, didn't you? Regardless. Anyway, I'm going to go give it a 6. Just flat 6, just because there's so much dumb stuff in the movie, but it's still, it flows well. It doesn't take itself too seriously at times, especially, the way Keanu Reeves really talks in it. I mean, you can't, he's definitely, fucking
Johnny Utah.
Yeah, but I don't know. It moves along at a pretty good pace. It's got a couple montages in it. It's really bad. It's just not good. We'll get into it. But I didn't like it when I was younger, and a lot of kids at my age at that time thought it was like one of the coolest movies ever. And I just never got. I just never just like, fuck yeah. Like, I mean, I know I was a little bit younger, and so when Top Gun came out, Top Gun was the shit. Like, Back to the Future was the shit. Like that was 2 awesome movies right there around the same time. Whereas Point Break, a lot of the kids liked it. It's just one of those things I just never. I'm always like, let's watch Point Break. Like, again. Ugh. So let's go ahead and talk about the P. Swayze fucking fanatic over here.
Okay. So you mentioned it. It is a guilty pleasure movie. But, and I know we've talked about this before, but I mean, it was a movie that I got to watch when I was a kid.
That you weren't supposed to.
That I wasn't supposed to. When I had
titties in it. Ooh.
I don't even know what it was rated, honestly.
It's rated R.
Well, I mean, I was a little kid when I watched it. And when we had to go to my father's house every other weekend, I got to watch it. I got to watch that and like Roadhouse. So this is when I fell in love with Patrick Swayze, being a little kid watching these movies. I give it an 8 out of 10. I fucking love it. I watch it right now. I would watch it with commercials. I fucking love it.
Oh,
I
God, no, with commercials.
I would.
Take the ring off. I might have to get up and leave on that one. That is with
I would be doing other stuff.
with commercials.
But this is when I fell in love with these ways.
I wouldn't watch the fucking Godfather with commercials.
But anyway, so that's what I got.
Ugh. I don't even know who you are anymore.
Well, now that I'm disgusted, let's talk about our favorite characters. I think this one's going to be interesting, but I'll let Casey kick it off because I'm pretty sure it's Patrick Swayze.
Oh, come on. It could be fucking Patrick Swayze.
100%.
It's going to be, what's his name, Brody? Yeah. It's
Bodie.
Brody. Whatever dickhead name it is.
I'm just
Continue.
saying, he just seems.
You're allowed to have your favorite character. I'm sorry.
I'm allowed to have my own opinions. Can you believe it?
No.
And I'm just a woman. Crazy.
This is true. I don't make her cover her face anymore.
No, he's just like a cool character.
Is he?
Like he
Is
just
he?
seems like somebody you'd want to be friends with.
Like MC Scat Cat
I don't know who the fuck that is because I'm younger than you.
from a Paula Abdul video. I take 2 steps forward. I take 2 steps back.
Mhm.
He likes
Opposite
to smoke, and she's not down for that or whatever. I think that's the lyric of the song. He goes like, but yeah, MC Scat Cat.
I didn't know his name ever.
You wanted to be friends with MC Scat Cat and Patrick Swayze, didn't you?
An arm around each of them.
Ooh. What about Heathcliff? No, now we're getting too much of the cats. Too much cats. Garfield all the
But no, he just seemed like a cool guy, like
Does
that
he?
you wanted to like be friends with,
cool guy. Huh?
like with his long hair. And,
Oh god.
I don't know.
So you sit around and like help him comb his hair all day long,
I would do whatever.
brush, some grooming.
I'd help him rob a bank. I don't give a shit.
Would you
Love
know? Which dead president would you be then?
Whichever one he gave me the mask for.
Oh really? You don't even have an opinion.
I don't care.
I think you're more of a Woodrow Wilson kind of girl.
Thanks. Question mark.
You don't know who Woodrow Wilson is?
I feel like he's not cute.
I don't. Probably not. I mean, he had glasses, but he was the president during World War One. Anyway, Taylor, what's your favorite character?
Well, I would definitely be Franklin Roosevelt.
There you go.
I'd have to have the little cigarette thing
Yep, I hear you.
while we're robbing the bank. I'm gonna say Gary Busey. Actually,
That is the best character of the movie.
I mean, I do like Keanu, and Swayze's okay. I like Keanu just because he's a ridiculous character. Johnny Utah, come on. But Gary Busey actually does a really good job acting in this movie.
He's flawless.
He's good. He's funny.
He's the best character of the movie.
Yeah, I agree. So,
I mean,
is that yours as well, then?
Yeah. I mean, that's why I wanted you to go first because it was like I bet we have the same one because I mean he's kind of the mentor, he's kind of the comic relief. He still gets on Keanu Reeves like get your shit together, Utah. Where the fuck you been doing? Just run around surfing for a fucking month. We got to do get this shit together. And he's fun.
And then when he tried like not to blow his cover too, because he thought he was in trouble. Remember he's like at the beach or whatever?
On the beach, yeah.
And then he's like looking for his dog.
Yeah. Well, that's also his little thing for the bus to get the chili peppers. You seen the little dog around here?
Yeah.
The little dog. But no, I think Gary Busey is by far because she likes Patrick Swayze just because he looks good.
He has so many other qualities as well.
Oh,
He can sing. He
Name
can
it.
dance.
he cannot sing.
He sings one song.
He sings one song poorly. He sings it better than I could, but still,
There you go.
I don't go around going.
He can dance.
But not better than me.
But what?
But not better than I can.
Yes.
Yes.
But he can dance.
He can dance.
He doesn't dance in this movie unless you count dancing on the waves. What?
Well,
It's so bad.
I know, bruh.
All right, let's talk about our favorite scene. I'll kick it off. I really enjoy the scene where they're raiding the house. Honestly, I just think it's the whole thing's obscene. He gets his ass kicked out in the lawn, almost gets his hands put into the lawnmower. I just
when they busted the chili peppers.
Yeah.
Fucking damn it, man. Okay, that's the best scene in the movie. It's mine too. Keep going. Sorry.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Chair repair. Just keep going. Sorry.
Besides making background noise for the video. All right, Carter. What's your favorite scene then?
It's the same scene. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was just clarifying what you were talking about. So yeah, I mean, like, that's fun. Have you seen my dog? You know, the lawnmower that they kick through the door. A couple people get shot. The naked chick jumping on their back. You know, like, bitch, be cool. You know, you don't say that, but I mean, like, this is a fun little scene. I'm sure you're.
She has underwear on.
No, she didn't.
No, she had little thongs on.
Does it matter? She doesn't have a lot on. How about that?
That's true.
Okay.
That's why y'all liked it.
Not necessarily, but that's just it's a fun little. I mean, it's one of the more believable action scenes in the movie instead of like where Patrick Swayze lights a gas pump on fire that sprays from here to the fucking street. You know, like what kind of gas pump is that? I mean, you know, there's that, or
that
just conveniently
like 17 miles to catch up with the car.
There's that, and then there's like two different scenes where it's conveniently like, oh my god, my leg that I hurt in college football. Oh, it's going out again. I can't run, bruh.
It's not my favorite scene.
I know it's not, but I mean, I mean, and don't get me wrong, the curse couple times. Really, I guess when they rob a bank, that's kind of fun, but still, it's just, everybody get down, shut up, and jump on the counter, and man, you don't want to die. Get the money and let's run. We don't have time for the safe. And then, well, you're breaking your own rules. We're going for the safe. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's just, this movie is such a cliche.
Okay.
So
my favorite scene is going to be when they first meet, kind of like it's the football scene on the beach, and Bodie's friends are all like getting pissed at Johnny, and then he recognizes them, and he's like basically he's like, "What the fuck y'all doing? Y'all know who this is?" And they're like, "Oh yeah," and then that's like when they become friends, and it's just a cool little scene on the beach, and they're playing football, and just like the camaraderie.
So is your favorite scene in Top Gun the volleyball scene when it's like
no, I don't believe it was.
It's like one of the gayer scenes ever.
You can
have to go back and look. We did that video already.
I know, right?
I know.
So anyway, that's just like when you see their connection, and I liked it. And that's when you first see, like, again, this is a very toxic friendship, of course, but you don't know that when they first meet. It's like the most toxic friendship I've ever seen in my life. But
woman thing to say.
It is.
It's so toxic.
But it is.
Oh, but it is.
And he tried to kill him, but he's like, well, let's still jump out of a plane together. Did you pack my bag? No, let's all switch around. And I don't know if I'm about to die or not. Like, it's crazy.
It's a parachute. It's not necessarily a bag. I mean, it's not like it's an overnight bag or anything like that.
I'm a girl. It's a bag.
It didn't have toiletries in it.
Who knows?
He just jumps out and like shampoo comes out the top.
Who knows? Seriously, that's when they meet and you see that they like each other and kind of like the first of their friendship blossoming.
Oh God, this is like
I love it.
Like a terrible Hallmark card going on over here.
You're welcome.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the cast. Then. Obviously pretty big superstars. Gary Busey. We got Patrick Swayze, Keanu Reeves. Lori Petty's in it as well as the girlfriend.
You mean Tank Girl?
Tank Girl. Yes, I was going to say Tank Girl.
She's that, and then she's
Kit.
Yep, she's League of Their Own.
Yeah, I actually think she's kind of much more feminine than maybe sexy in this movie. Much more her own personality. Like Tank Girl is so fucking wild and crazy. It's not. I don't think it's that great of a movie. And she's
Ice-T dressed up like a giant rat, correct?
If I remember so, yeah.
I haven't seen Tank Girl in fucking 25 years.
It's pretty
And
bad.
I mean, I think Malcolm McDowell's the bad guy, and he has all the water. And then Ice-T's a giant rat. And Lori Petty is Lori Petty. Which,
I recast her.
So I was going to say,
I recast her.
okay, let's start with Casey. Who'd you get rid of?
So, of course, I'm not getting rid of any of my men. So I got rid of Lori Petty for Elizabeth Shue. Because she was really hot right then.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, and I think she's more attractive. And,
Look, just to give you a little something, I recast her, Jennifer Grey as Lori Petty, just so you could have a little Dirty Dancing remix.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
That's all you did? What about your partner? Any others?
Yeah, I did a couple, but just because of the way they could do the surfer, like I mentioned Spicoli earlier, I think Sean Penn could have been Keanu Reeves, and I think he could have just played. And also, just for me, I thought it'd have been fun. Nicolas Cage, I thought Nick Cage could have been Keanu Reeves also. I just said, he's not as cut, but I mean, he looked good at the time.
He was a much better actor. That would have been right before Con Air, I think.
No, that would have been about 3 or 4 years before The Rock, because Con Air was like 97.
I thought Con Air was like 94. But I'm with you. I think Keanu would have been, or not. Nick Cage might have actually been a good one there. I took Patrick Swayze and put in our good friend Russell, Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, right there, because I didn't get to Patrick Swayze. I mean, he's right there. It's Kurt Russell for Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
He's got those baby blues. He could be, he wasn't even favorite.
They're basically the same person.
He could get in better shape.
Patrick Swayze was cut in that movie. I mean, it was like Brad Pitt and like Fight Club or some shit, or Ed Norton. Like, yeah, they just like.
I also thought you could put in Kevin Costner for Gary Busey.
I thought about that, and what it was is I just didn't want to recast my favorite character of the movie. It's just like, I kind of laid that to bed. That Gary Busey was.
He did pretty good. I really enjoyed it. And
Gary Busey went fucking nuts.
Well, it made me want to go look and see what other movies he did back in that era where he was not fucking crazy yet.
He was Buddy Holly, and I think it's called The Buddy Holly Story, which he was really good in. I'm gonna blank it out of my Gary Busey knowledge, but yeah, like around the mid-90s.
I'm looking through. I'm not. He was in The Firm.
Did he go nuts just because drugs or something?
It was a motorcycle accident that he almost died in, or was that Nick Nolte?
And he went nuts after
I think
that.
it's both of them.
I'm not really seeing any Rookie of the Year. Nothing really major that's just jumping out at me. He's got a fucking hell of a long list, though.
He's more of definitely a character actor, like the guy from The Matrix that turns him in. That rats him out to the agents.
Oh yeah.
He's been he's in Risky Business, and he's in a million different fucking things. And of course now I can't remember his name because he's only been in fucking 300 fucking movies. I mean, he's in that whole season of The Sopranos where he was a fucking asshole. And he ended up cutting his head off, which was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not seeing a lot with Busey, but I mean, sometimes you're just fucking crazy. Let's talk about the director a little bit here. It's Catherine Bigelow,
James Cameron's wife, or ex-wife, I believe.
But I will say, not a lot of stuff since then until the 2000s. She did Hurt Locker. I really liked Zero Dark 30.
I watched that a couple of weeks ago. She hates it, or she didn't hate it. It's boring.
Well, for me, watching it twice was enough.
It has a lot of wait time. It does.
But Jessica Chastain is really good at it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason that she's really good
at it. Well, I
like
13 Hours better.
The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi that's a different beast altogether. But
I like that way better because we watched it, I guess, kind of around the same time.
But it moves faster. That
Yeah.
last hour is just blowing shit up. Oh, God, man.
She hasn't really done anything for a few years, but I just wanted to call that out because I didn't really realize she did all the war movies in the 2000s, like a lot of the big ones. She did Detroit as well.
Yeah. Well, I think after Point Break, or after she did that, or right around, I believe she was dating or just got married to James Cameron, and you're married to one of the biggest directors in Hollywood. You got time to like have kids. You don't really have to work. And it's just like the blonde-headed lady from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. The real reason, if you've never seen her in another big giant movie since that, is because, well, one, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was not successful as compared to the other ones, and it's a pretty bad movie. But she married Steven Spielberg. I mean, if you married Steven Spielberg,
Like, you're good.
yeah, you don't. I mean, you know, Spielberg. If you're looking for a husband, on the side, call me, because I mean, the bills are getting paid. It's not like you have to go do hair on the side or anything like that. So,
So let's talk about, and I know you're going to have a lot here, plot holes.
Let me go first on this because
Yeah, go ahead.
I know mine will be the least. And I think we talked about this, and we both may have written it down. I don't recall. But it was just kind of more of a comment than a plot hole. The members, the ex-presidents, they all died, like, in order of, like, when they all died in real life. So at least, that was something cool. And then I also, in my notes, I have, okay, there were a lot of plot holes. And I'm not going to do it because I love this movie, R.I.P. Peaceways. So go ahead.
okay. Well, I mean, first things first. The biggest gaping problem with this is that, your favorite scene when they get together, they meet and they start their bromance about, that's Johnny Utah. But really the thing the worst part about the movie is that there's a surfing montage, and she teaches them how to surf in like
Well, yeah, that
2.5
part is
weeks, which is just, and the big thing is
a girl could do something better than a guy.
No. I'm saying that she
That's
taught
crazy.
Keanu Reeves how to surf in like 2.5 weeks. I didn't say it like that.
He's an athlete. That's Johnny Utah, okay? He's a star quarterback for Ohio State. For the second time in a movie, by the way, because wasn't he a star quarterback in The Replacements for Ohio State, and they lost in the Sugar Bowl?
Possibly,
Perhaps.
I haven't
I'd
seen
have to
it.
fact check that.
All I remember from The Replacements is that hold on, I gotta roll this up because you need heart.
Miles and miles.
You can't coach that. But that's really because what it is that he gets in with these bank robbing surfers / thrill seekers. Now, the jumping out of an airplane, fine. You don't really have to, just jump out of a couple times and it's like, okay, I just pulled the chute before I hit the ground. But surfing, that's like if you had a movie where you were trying to get close to Tiger Woods, it's like, but I don't play golf. It's like, dude, it's cool. We got like 3 weeks to teach you how to play golf. And then you just get out there and fucking play golf with Tiger Woods. And, you'll be buddies with
Wouldn't you
them.
think, being an athlete and everything, he would catch on quicker to the surfing?
Sure, but guess what? What do you need a lot in surfing? Legs and balance. And what does he have? One really bad fucking leg.
Well, maybe he wraps it underneath his wetsuit.
How does he wrap it underneath it? It doesn't matter if he's getting fucking cortisone shots or he has that stupid ass knee brace that fucking Christian Bale has in The Dark Knight Rises for no fucking reason.
Who's Kristen Bale?
I said Christian Bale, and you know who the fuck I'm talking about. He's an American Psycho from England.
You know you say Kristen.
Okay, so whatever.
Eggshell White.
Hang on, I can't hear you.
It's Eggshell White.
Oh.
Yes. It's actually, that right there, that's Bone. That guy. Regardless. Anyway, so, after that, there's the jumping out of the airplane. There's the fact that they get to be so, good friends. He lets them go, like, twice. The goofy kidnapping Lori Petty. Oh, at the very end when he, the 100-year or 50-year storm or whatever. That's fucking ridiculous. There's just so many dumb fucking things in this movie. I mean, like I said, the gas station thing. So I'm not going to get into. That's all I'm going to say about it. But I mean, it moves right along. It's an early '90s, late '80s movie. So, I mean, like if we did The Lost Boys, The Lost Boys really is a bad movie.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's fun. It moves right along. I mean, it especially again, being kind of nostalgic. I mean, you watched it when I was a kid.
Didn't we do The
Not
Lost
when I
Boys?
was a kid.
I thought we did The Lost Boys.
Mm-mm. Unless y'all did it before I was.
We did. Well, we did Hook. That has Lost Boys in it, but we haven't done the vampire ones. So
Yeah, let's
Ooh, we
not.
could do a vampire theme. I mean, I know we've already done vampire theme.
It's so bad. I don't want to do that one.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
what the Lost Boys?
Okay, so I'm with you, plot holes. There's like 8 endings, and it really bugs the fuck out of me that there's like 8 endings.
They should have just hit the ground and died and been movie or the credits.
But it's like they did the bank chase. It was kind of like the Heat. I was really being reminded of Heat during that, and then they get in the plane, and they're all passing this parachute around, and blah blah blah. One of them gets shot, and he's still gonna jump out of the plane. Like, come the fuck on. I mean, Gary Busey doesn't just shoot everybody. Because that's what I would have done. Just walk right the fuck up and shot everybody.
Yeah.
Freeze, you're under arrest. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
But, I'll start with closing comments, though, because I do think they could have ended the movie at least twice. I don't totally understand Lori Petty and Keanu Reeves' relationship. It doesn't make sense to me. And Keanu does a very bad acting job in this movie to start with, but he is young and full of cum, as our good friend Gary Busey would say. But, overall, I would say it's worth at least a one watch. I'm with you. It's not something I'm going to go back and watch over and over and over again. If somebody else, if I meet a girlfriend that just happens to never seen it, I might make her, but it's very low on the list of what you need to watch first.
I've seen it probably 35 times, but back in the day when there was one HBO and one Cinemax, they didn't even have Showtime. So if they were showing it, if on one channel was fucking Scooby Doo, or they didn't have Scooby Doo movie then, but whatever, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and Point Break was on the other one. It's like, well, fuck, I guess I'll watch Point Break. Is that I want to watch, back when MTV showed videos, it's like I want to watch music videos, so I'll watch this.
Hold on. You're watching Point Break over Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yes, easily. No, Gone with the Sound of Music, or you could keep on, but I mean, bed knobs and broomsticks. How about that? There, I'd watch Point Break over that too. Anyhow, I give it a 6. It's not a good movie, but it is fun at times. It's just dumb, but it is fun. So again, it's dumb and full of cum, and so that's what makes her likes it.
So gross.
It's just like Squirrel.
What?
He's smart though.
Who's smart?
You're not dumb.
Oh, I'm dumb.
No,
I'm not. There's nothing working from the head up besides my mouth.
Okay, so I'm going to go into my best and worst dressed before my comments. So my best dressed is going to be Keanu and Patrick Swayze. It's a tie. When they're
It's not going to be Gary Busey,
obviously.
Fucking in his Macy's off the rack fucking shirt that he has on. If that, is there Marshalls back then? I mean, come on,
It's called Ready to Wear.
okay. TJ Maxx, whatever.
They're the best dressed when
In their wetsuits.
they're surfing with no shirts on.
There you go. Second.
And then my worst dress is going to be Lori Petty because that flannel shirt is like unbuttoned and she has no boobs. And like when she's trying to be mad, can't stand it.
Well, total 90s though, by the way. All she was missing though was like a little backpack or something.
Maybe a fanny pack. Who knows?
No, I think she kind of she's too cool for a fanny
Oh,
pack.
is this when I was supposed to do my quotes too?
Yeah.
Quote whatever you want, woman.
Mine, because the one I was going to do, fear causes hesitation, and hesitation will cause your worst fears to come true. Thank you, Mr. Boat. Deep
Give me
right?
2, Utah. That's my quote. Give me 2.
Well, speaking of 2, I have 2 quotes just because
Ooh,
why
let's
not,
hear
right? But one of them is to piss you off. But the other one is when they're about to fight together, but he doesn't know it. When Keanu he's doing his montage surfing thing, and he's like at the little outdoor shower, and then the guy comes and like tries to fight him or whatever. I mean, they are fighting. And then Patrick Swayze comes up, and he's like, back off, World Child, or whatever the fuck his name is, War Child?
War Child.
Yeah, he's like, back off. And then they fight together, so that's like even more of like their bromance, which I love. And then
Also,
the other one-
I love that Keanu in that scene is fighting people like normally, and Patrick Swayze is coming in as a fucking kickboxer.
Oh, he's totally doing crack Wando on him.
Hey, they kicked ass.
Hey man, he's got that Roadhouse training.
Duh.
I'm surprised he didn't kick everybody in the knee. Oh,
And,
man,
and then
he's
rip
broke.
out all their throats. Come on now.
Damn right.
And then my other quote, just to make you mad, is when he goes, lose something, bro. He picks up the mask.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I know you hate that.
I'm so curious. Yeah. It's like when you saw me drop it. I mean, yeah. Did you?
Lose something, bro.
Hey, bro, did you lose
Yeah. Love it.
Stupid ass fucking movie.
So, thank you for joining us on Blot Off the Press today. Please like and subscribe on good old YouTube. I am going to be spending some time this weekend going back through and pulling all the audio back onto Spotify, so there'll be a huge dump on Spotify coming. But I will not edit any of it, so I hope we didn't say anything too bad.
I don't think we did.
No, I think we've been doing pretty good lately. Hashtag robot rape.
Hashtag robot right, baby.
So we are going to jump into our next Keanu movie here in a minute, John Wick. But thank you for joining us, and until next time, deuces.
Deuces.
Bye.